Should you put your divorce proceedings on hold? That's what we're going to talk about right now. I'm attorney Bobby Buchanan. This is Illinois Divorce TV. Let's dive in. I just did a video on whether or not you could put your divorce proceedings on hold, and it kind of digressed into whether you should put your divorce proceedings on hold. So I thought I would do a follow-up video here where I really talk about those shoulds or should nots. So let's recap what I touched upon as far as should you put your divorce proceedings on hold. Now, let me say this. Every single divorce, every single marriage is as unique as the individuals that comprise it. So I can't come into this situation and say that you should or should not put your divorce proceedings on hold. I don't know your situation. I can give you some general things to look at, and here they are. One, are you putting your divorce proceedings on hold because the divorce process is too stressful? If that is the main impetus for you putting them on hold, then I would look at why is it stressful? Because if the stress is a result of you trying to break free of an abusive or manipulative relationship, then going back in and trying to reconcile the marriage isn't going to change fundamentally what's wrong with the marriage. It might just mean that you need more support. You need more support from your attorney. You need more support from your support groups, your friends, your family. If you can go to therapy, you should go to therapy. That's not always an option for everybody, but if at all there's some sort of counseling or therapy that you can get yourself into during the divorce process, I highly, highly recommend it. The second should consideration about whether you should go into on the reconciliation calendar, whether you should pause your divorce proceedings, is if you have talked about the specifics with your spouse. So have you talked about what's going to happen with the support orders that the judge has already entered in the case? What's going to happen to your alimony payments that the judge has already ordered in your case? What's going to happen with the parenting schedule that the judge has already ordered in your case? Are you and your spouse moving back in with each other? Is this a you continue to live separately, but you just want to put the divorce process on hold because it's going counter to getting back together possibly? Well, are the kids going to continue to go back and forth? Are they going to live with the same parent during during the reconciliation period? These are all considerations that you need to look at. And then the third consideration is whether or not you are reconciling or pausing the divorce under your own volition. Meaning, do you actually want to, or are you being manipulated by your spouse or somebody else in your life to pause the divorce process? Is somebody whispering in your ear? Maybe your relationship is of the toxic kind, or was, and that's why you're getting out of it, and your spouse is somehow gaslighting you or making you think that this is the right thing to do, or that you're bad for proceeding with the divorce and you feel guilty for going on with the divorce, and that's why you're pausing it. So before you decide whether you should or should not pause your divorce, I invite you to look at the circumstances around them, look at your motivations, and figure out whether it's truly in your best interest or the child's best interest. And that brings me to the final should. At the beginning of your divorce, did you tell the court, or did your attorney tell the court, or make an argument that your spouse was a danger in one way or another to the children? Because if they did, and now you're deciding to reconcile, your credibility before the court, your ability to tell the judge that your spouse is truly a danger to the children is going to be called into question for the rest of your case. The judge is going to say, well, how can I trust you? How can I believe you? How can I trust that you have good moral judgment when you decided that you are going to reconcile with this person that you're now saying is a danger to the children? So there's some really important considerations that you need to make whether or not before before you decide whether or not you should or should not reconcile. I hope this is helpful. Shoot me a comment below if you have any questions, concerns, or comments in general. Please subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.